Adonainu, Mureno, ורבינו, vayeilech, המשיח, לעולם. Welcome to the weekly Sicha of the malchus of Shabbos Parshas nitzovim, Dovber and Shalom, Yom Beis the rosh hashana, the Shabbos Parshas vayeilech, Vav Tishrei Tavshin Beis. The Hamשיח speaks about the uniqueness of this year, Tavshin Beis, and it's expressed by the simonim, the signs that daily Yisrael give. First of all, the creation of rosh is pas bag hamelech. What does pas bag hamelech mean? Bag goes Beis Gimel and Reish Hashana falls on Monday and Tuesday. Then pas, you divide. It's vayeilech in the two parshas. You read nitzovim before rosh vayeilech after rosh. Pas bag hamelech, when a melech rosh, which is the day of malchus, rosh falls on Monday and Tuesday. Then we read nitzovim vayeilech separately. And this year, the HaMשיח says it's more unique. The bag is not only that rosh could fall on Monday or Tuesday. In this year, it's Monday and Tuesday. Another uniqueness: when rosh falls on Monday, then within the 3 days of Shabbos, Sunday and Monday, we are reading nitzovim on Shabbos, which we know that every 3 days is considered one Metzias. So we see the connection between rosh falling out on Monday, which is in 3 days of Shabbos and nitzovim. Another thing, the simon of this year is Bashaz. Beis Shin Zayin. Beis, the first, every single year has its sign, its simon. The first letter alludes to what day of the week Rosh Hashanah falls out. The second letter alludes to whether Cheshvan and Kislev, which we know Cheshvan and Kislev could be either 29 days or 30 days. So the second letter hints, are they both of 30 days? Is one 29, one 30, or both 29, and the third letter hints to what day Rosh Chodesh Nisan is, and that way you know the creation of the entire year. So the HaMשיח says that this year is Beis Shin Zayin. Beis shows on Rosh Hashanah falls on one day. Shin Shana Shlema, that means that Cheshvan and Kislev both have 30 days, and Zayin means that Pesach falls out on Shabbos. And the HaMשיח says, and this is also hinting to us that Chodesh Adar is a Shana Mubarak, you have additional Adar. Because if you make the calculation of Rosh Hashanah coming out on Monday, then Shlema, the Cheshvan Kislev about 30 days, you can't reach that Rosh Chodesh Nisan will be Shabbos only on Shana Mubarak. So that comes out, and this year of 3, you have Shlemos. You have Shlemos of Cheshvan and Kislev, each one is complete, each one has 30 days. We have the completion of the Shana Mubarak, you have an additional month, additional Adar. We have the Shlemos that are Pesach falls out on Shabbos, or then we count full weeks. It means that the 49 days are complete, not only complete in the days, also they're complete that they are according to the days of the week. The first week of the Shviras HaChesed starts on Sunday, ends on Shabbos, and Gvura starts on Sunday, ends on Shabbos, so it's additional completion. The HaMשיach says we have to understand the connection between all these ideas: the idea of Rosh Hashanah falling on Monday and Tuesday, the idea of the Shana Shlema, the Cheshvan Kislev are complete, the idea of Rosh Chodesh falling on Shabbos, the idea of Shana Mubarak, and the connection of all these things together, and the connection to this year of Tavshin Beis. So first, the HaMשיach says, what's unique about Rosh Hashanah falling out on Monday? That it's very close to Sunday. What's Sunday? Sunday means the Yom Rishon, the first day of the week. Why do we call it the first day? Because this day is like a first day of creation, which just like a first day of creation. Shem was one. Yachid Be'Lamik. That's the idea of Rosh Hashanah. What's the idea of Rosh Hashanah? Like we say in Ma'ariv, we say in the Mizbar, Mizrim L'Dovber, the Shem and Simuleva, Ma'ariv of Rosh Hashanah. The Shem is one. And why? Because even though all was created on Chafei El, nevertheless, Adam Rishon was created on Rosh Hashanah. He said, "He made Hashem king," and therefore, when we are making when Rosh Hashanah is close to Sunday, that shows that just like Sunday, just like the Sunday Hashem was one in the world, so too in Rosh Hashanah we make Hashem one in the world. However, this Rosh Hashanah, it can't be on Sunday itself, rather it's the next day on Monday. It shows the additional idea. And more than this, you understand that basically that this week we celebrate Rosh Hashanah on the day that Adam was created. It's not only because Adam was created, right? Because of the Aveda that Adam did. Like if there's Shabbat that came last as well, last is mean to do, means attack and to fix. The shlemos that there was in the creation of the world, because it says Yom Hashishi, 6th of creation. What's Hashishi? Hashishi, it says by Chomesh Bereshis, or creating the world, alludes to also Hashisha B'Sivan, the day of Matan Torah. Why? The day of Torah is connected with the day of Vayeilech with Rosh Hashanah. What does that mean? The additional to the Shemus of level of malchus that's in the world until the Hashem creates that a person comes, and additional levels in the Gilul malchus, like we see that in Shama that was put into Adam is a chelik alikam al mamish. And when you're in a person who's creating a chelik alikam al mamish, you have the power to reveal not only malchus in the world, also malchus higher in the world. Like we see, this in the other mission announced everyone, Hashem Eiseinu, Hashem that gives us life, He makes it. Also, Hashem Malach, Hashem's a king. King has a higher level of Gilul malchus. And these two ideas, that Malach Mashiach, so this is we see this idea also in the Pirkei Avos. We read this week, Baruch Chamishi and Shishi. Which Chamishi was a fifth parak start with, but Asara Ma'amaris, and even the creation of the world. However, what is parak Shishi of Shanu Cham Lashemish? The idea of the Cham are coming and teaching until the end of the mission. End of Parak Vav, Kol Masha Baruch Kadesh Baruch Hu, everything should be created. LeBaruch vayeilech. The Rebbe Malach Mashiach says that this idea also hinted at this last Shabbos of the year. We read last Parakim Baruch Chamishi and Baruch Shishi, which 5 and 6 equal 11. 11 shows higher than the Sarah Sadibres, higher than the Sarah Moritz. Those are a Gilul malchus higher than the world. And this idea of Gilul malchus higher than the world is emphasizing the idea of Rosh Hashanah falling on Monday and Tuesday. Why? What's the idea of Monday? Monday coming after Sunday. Sunday, only Hashem was in the world. Monday is the machlekes. The world is vayeilech and malchus. Comes the day of Tuesday and connects them. That's the day of 3. What's the day of 3? 2 Yidden and Torah. And what's the purpose of this machlekes? Why is world opposing? In order to have the shleimus, it should also be mitzvah the world. And when you have the Gilul malchus, also mitzvah the world, also mitzvah the day of Monday, it's like a day chosen that to connect them both together comes to a third level that's higher than both. And this idea also, the additional Gilul malchus, also you see the idea of nitzovim vayeilech, we divide nitzovim and vayeilech. What's nitzovim? HaTomim nitzovim. The mitzvah is within you're standing in front of Hashem. What did it show? What's vayeilech? Vayeilech shows them vayeilech. Moshe is saying, "And Mea Avas L'Shanei Chayim." 20 years. Shem is the Avodah. So the idea of nitzovim shows on the Avodah themselves. However, when we divide nitzovim vayeilech, we're emphasizing more how great in atom nitzovim the etzem mitzvahs. The vayeilech is much greater. And this idea of vayeilech, of going and Shem is the Avodah, also fitting. It's massive. It passed with the theme of the Shabbos after the Shabbos, the Shabbos Shuvah. You know that every single day of the week of Shuvah is corresponding all days of the week for the previous year. Every single Sunday, you can attack in all the Sundays. Every Monday. So, what happened on Shabbos? Shabbos Shuvah, we can complete all the day, Shabbos entire the year. Because the whole day of Shabbos is the day of Yechul Hashem, its completion there's a Shvisa, there's a Menucha, everything's going back to the source. So in Shabbos Shuvah is the highest level of going back to the source. And that's the idea of Shuvah. It's like going back. That's the idea of vayeilech, the idea of finishing the Avodah. There's also emphasizing the idea of Pas B'Melech. What is Pas B'Melech? The word of Pas B'Melech comes from the Neo. So the food of the king. And what does that mean? The Rosh Hashanah, which is called a Melech, Pas B'Melech, Hashem is dividing every single Yid. They get all the food, everything they need. And this is emphasized in this, and we divide nitzovim vayeilech. By nitzovim, we're not talking about the Aveda of the Yid. That's vayeilech. Nitzovim is the etzem mitzvahs of the Yid. That's the etzem mitzvahs of the Aveda. Everyone gets pas b'melech. Everyone gets everything from the king. So it's like Gemara says that even when a person rents workers, Yidden workers, even if it makes them a sudah like Shem Melech, wasn't the Yitzchak because bnei everyone's going to be yank. And therefore, the whole idea of the din of Rosh Hashanah, of Yidden, zeichet to get, don't zeichet to get, it's only regarding the idea of the Aveda. When we said that some etzem mitzvahs, I'm sure they are greater. The Malach Mashiach says this completion that we see, the shleimus, additional shleimus of the Adam there is in the day that Rosh Hashanah falls out on Monday. That was the first siman of Bashaz. Also, we have in the that Cheshem and Kislev are both complete. Why? What's the day of Cheshem Kislev? Cheshem and Kislev is complete. He chose them naturally. You know, the moon goes, makes a circle, 1, 2, 3. Told you have to fill up the days, and you make 30 days. Cheshem Kislev. That's the first completion. However, what's the idea of the second completion? The idea of a Pesach falling out on Shabbos, and then we start counting Machanat Shabbos Kipshutin at the week start from Sunday to Shabbos. This shows that it's even more. And this idea is much more emphasized in this year Tafshin Beis. What's the other Tafshin Beis? At Hayat Shnas Niflois. What's the idea of wonder? Wonder is great. However, the Niflois are but in the entire world. And also the whole idea of Niflois is the idea of the Gula Mitzvah Shlema, which it says Eila till this parrots, till this with two vavs, why? Because additional avodah greater than the world, greater than the world. And the idea of Bakel, make kill every single thing. There's the idea of Veda, especially the idea of Niflois Bino, the vayeilech Bino that's very much expanded, the idea of Rachava. And the idea of vayeilech, all the idea have to do, all this has to do with the goal. The idea of vayeilech means we're going to Eretz HaKadosh, we're going to Shalom and HaKadosh. Like it says in the Parsha of vayeilech, the idea of Hakel, everyone comes to the Beis Hamikdash, to Hashlemos, for seeing it Hashem, the idea of the Gula. The idea of the Levana is complete. We have 30 days in Chesed and Kislev, that shows the idea of Shleimus of Levana, with Levana complete by the Gulmans of Shlema. The Pesach falls on Shabbos. Then we start Sfiras Aim. We have Shleimus, we have Tmimis complete. But when we the really completion of Sfiras Aimer, when we'll have idea the Karavas HaAimer, right? We're counting the Aimer. We'll bring a Korban Aimer and then Shtei Lechem afterwards. But we're coming now with the Dafshanal. If now Niflois Barsha, take it from the idea of the Gula Mitzvah Shlema. Like we would say in 6 Parsha, nitzovim B'Sharov Hashem Hashem Chasam gather all the Yidden, and like in against the Hayy by Muri, talking about Shofar Gadol, like it says in the end of the Machzor, right after we blow Shofar, and end of Musaf of Rosh Hashanah, if start in the B'Teim, everyone go to the house. What does that mean? To go to the house of the Beis Hamikdash, Shlisha, the Gula Mitzvah Shlema, by the Vika, it should be for us already, and it already was for us, according to the Pizgum of Rabbeinu Steinu, regarding the Rebbe Shab, after Rebbe said, when Mashiach will come, it will be saying in the newspapers, and all Yidden will be ready, and for Mashiach to come, and we see a Pel Mamish, the Rebbe says, that are already publicized in many, many newspapers on Mashiach to come, and the Rebbe Melech Mashiach says it to fast even more. He knows that Melech Mashiach, but take it is coming to us in Pel, in a real way to all the world, especially to the Yidden. Take it from Yad Namish. Yechia, Dinenu, Merenu, ורבינו, Melech Mashiach, לעולם.